Start. Hey, what's going on? As you can guess, I am woodcutting. Yes, I am. Alright, get that muted. That one. Wait till this shows up. There we go. And this one. Alright, so yeah, back to woodcutting. Not quite sure what I want to work on today. I've got a hard clue, so that's going to be number one dealio. For now, I'm just AFK in a minute while I get, let's see, what do I make here? Black dehyde body and canvas. Done and done. And get on winter spell books and fertilizing herb patch. So yeah, since I got 91 fishing yesterday, I am able to do the Mauritania lead dive. That's my current goal. Yeah, as for this account, I don't know, slowly chipping away at the 90 fire making as usual. Drop that. So I have beginners, one medium, 4 beginners, nice. And hard, of course. I guess while I have a little more paying attention time, I'm going to... Where's that new spool thing? There it is. And all, and use. We'll start doing some fletching. Yeah, I saw on Reddit this morning that RuneScape was having like DDoS issues again or something. I'm like, oh boy. So if that happens or is going on too much and just gets annoying, I'll probably find something else to play. I do want to try and be a variety streamer after all. But if not, then I will keep on making some RuneScape progress. It was kind of annoying last couple times when it was happening, but I think this time it might have been a decent amount of time ago, so presumably we're okay. Checking the barrels on off for now, and I'm going to fertilize an herb patch in Mauritania. So I need 3 astral runes. So we're going to have an herb seed out as well. Yeah, all these longbows that I'm making, I can use in the new mini game or whatever. I could high alch them if I need. I think I just remember my houses in from an not the correct one for switching spellbooks, which is Remington, I believe. Here's my fastest Remington teleport. Don't have a construction cape, otherwise I can just go anywhere. Don't have a crafting cape. Vortex, rim. And I guess I'll go to a fairy ring. Fairy ring it is. But yeah, the new fletching minigame, you can just turn in all those bows, so you get all the XP from that. You lose the gold of high alching the bow, of course, but it's probably worth it in the end, it feels like. this works right. Can't turn off the visibility of that one, turn on this one. There we go. Alright, so now I can randomly AFK on just making bows on the iron while I talk to loomers real fast on the main. Fine. Oh, I haven't been here for a while. I don't know. I think Grace always has a normal house set up and not a troll one. Closest way to get to Mauritania or Canopus would be where's the ferry? There's the ferry. So I think I need to fertilize a patch. Was the goal of this one. I now see that in doing so I got rid of myself. Let's see here. Camera, slide this. Slide this one down. There we go. And it is not set up the same way as the other one was. Oh well, you get a little bit of that rim light inside. I wonder how I was able to set up that other one. Did I take it and slide it? And I did something like that, didn't I? Slide it just out of it. There we go. To the farming patch. I need a spade to do that. So I need 80, what is it, 91, so I need like 88 in order to boost for that, for another diary. Alright, fertile soil, I don't even know what level this is, I don't think I would ever cast something like this. Cure plant, Armenia, cure other. So there, I was like, that one looks like the most like a normal one. Alright, elite task done, check. And you'll see if this manages to grow with, I think that only gives super combos, not ultra, so yeah, chances maybe no. Alright, now I need to wake up real fast. I'm going to how do I get back to that home teleport I was in? AIQ, I think is what it was. Oops, ran out of bowstrings. And the bowstring holder. There we go. Was it AIQ? Yeah, med skipper. So I need to do a barrels run, and then I think it was that you have to loot the chest while wearing full barrels or something like that. It's been a while since I did barrels, so we'll see how it goes. I should be able to do one run with my stats and stuff, just not experienced, that's all. I wonder if I could find that real fast. Collection log. Arrows chests. I've done 3 and I've never gotten anything, and I did them wrong because I have the honestly did not know what I was doing there. Vidarmie, does that standard? Oh, that's choosing any of them. Okay. So I think I'm just going to go to Grand Exchange in case there's anything I need. And we will hop to 89. Clan Homeworld. Alright. Don't think I need that. I don't think I need nature runes. I could use that to save spot, I suppose. I don't think they can... I'm not positive, but I don't think they poison you or anything. Let me just do a quick wiki check on the ideal way to do this sort of stuff. That's interesting now they say use Eye of a Yakima is better than the Shadow, really, because you get an offhand. With the Conviction Gauntlets that are working as well. I don't know, I don't think I really want to waste too much money on it. So instead of using Shadow, I'm just gonna rock Ancestral Accuracy. I think I might just use the Mystic Smokestaff I already have. I think I have the Mauritania legs and the Ectophile. One of those should be able to get me close to turning in the diary. Alright, I need a shield. I believe I have an ancient Wyvern shield that's not charged, but it's better than nothing, right? So the Berserker ring, I'll just roll with a Suffer ring, get some defensive bonuses. Burial's Glove, the right staff, that's not. Right, yeah. Okay. That looks good enough to me. I will do that swap. Do I have any good? Oh yeah, Sarah Godsword. It's a good special. Put that away probably. Just grab a super strength and a prayer potion. Snake case. My teleport's on the bottom. Wrath runes, and I should be able to just cast air, because I think that's what they're weak to is Wind Surge. Try that setup. About halfway done with those bones. Alright, we haven't done this for a long time, so let's see here. Let's grab out some random food. Should be good enough. Alright. the best way to get 2 barrels. A barrel's 10 because I have 1. I have a main account so I can do such things easily. And there's a spade because I need a spade. Oh my gosh, I just realized I need... It's not just to do a barrels run, it's to open it while wearing a full set of barrels. Do I have any barrels pieces that will make this easier? I have full barracks. There we go. So before I loot, I need to remember to equip that. I need to buy another barrels tab. Started that mini class too because I really don't know if I have. Okay, I've probably done it. That's probably why I've done 3 field count. Run out of bowstring. I really need to get another drop on the bowstring spool. It is quite annoying to have to change out that often. I think it holds like 250, so it's not even 10 inventories. Okay, this is Aaron's. There's Darrock. How do you usually do this? Got me. Yeah, we're at strength push for this. Alright, so as far as I know, that's all you do. You just do that, then you go kill the next one, then you kill the next one. Nice, 95 strength. Alright, then I think you're supposed to go to Darrock next because he's the scariest, and then all the rest of the brothers don't really matter, I think. It's impressive how far I've gotten without hitting the one that's actually hidden for me, like the actual pathway or whatnot. Yeah, it just shows you how little I've actually done this kind of thing, but maybe it's not that impressive. Just use magic on him because you don't really hit. Hello, not going too bad. I'm switched over to my main real fast doing the Martini Hard Diary, or Elite Diary, while I AFK some bows on my iron. Alright, that's done, so now all I need to do is kill, I think it's 2 skeletons and a blood one. There's a blood one. Skeleton. Looks like that's a dead end. I don't have the plugin on that shows you where you're supposed to get to. Hey, skeleton, there we go. Day's going pretty well though. How about you? Anything special going on today? Just hanging out? Set of barrels equipped and we loot. And there's the elite done. There we go. Alright, so I think if I just do the ectophile, that'll get me to where is the green icon here? Oh, really? It's in cannabis. Alright, teleport to cannabis. Unless this has, no, this has an ecto and a burger on teleport, right? CKS then. There he is, okay. So he'll upgrade my legs. So more bone meal for bones from Robin. 10% more Slayer XP in the tower when you're on task. New herb farming patch on Harmony Island. I didn't actually realize that. And more experience creating shade remains. And from the bone culture. Wow. Cool. And where is, there's my lamp. What do I want to do with this lamp? Construction because it costs money, or something that costs more time, I don't know. Ran out of bowstrings. I'm almost out of bowstrings actually. I would have to go and start spinning some more of those flags. But that's annoying, no one really wants to do that. Alright, yeah, man, I don't know. I don't want to overthink it too much. I think we're just going to go construction. That'll pop us down some AFK woodcutting for my next training goal. Alright, switch back over to the iron. And I'll just have that account, I mean, I know I need to do farming on it in general, but otherwise, I'm mostly just worrying about the iron, so it was nice to get the elite done. That's all that is. So for that, I gained 4.01 million fishing XP. Just barbarian fishing for like 2 weeks straight, AFK on the side. Alright, I'm about to be out of strings here, I think. Oh, hello, random paw. Oh, wait, that's me. Okay, what do we got here? So I need an axe. Grab a dragon axe out. Do I have any lumberjack stuff? I do. And then do I have... I don't think I have a log basket or anything like that, so... Add the lumberjack. Go with the red theme and then grab out some red stuff. Depends how much you really have, you know. Alright, that'll do. Alright, the main account is going. We ran out of bowstrings on this account. And blow some glass. Yeah, I don't know what my my real next goal is really to just push 70 prayer. I got to that far by doing some unsold heads. I did all the ones that I could in my bank, because I don't have, I think it's like 90 magic, 50 master level 1, and I only have 3 dragon heads. Man, why is it playing? I hate when it resets like that. I think it was because I was playing mobile. So I started making weird glasses instead of the more experience. Alright, there we go. So I'm pushing closer to a fletching level. I don't think I really have any goals for fletching. Let me check out real fast. Oh, I hate that it pauses. So I can do scorching bows. Making magics to use up some of my magic logs is the only real goal I have. But that's just kind of a money maker situation there. I already made the Sunlight Hunter, Dragon, and Magic Crossbows. What is a magic crossbow? Oh, I think it means that it's made of magic logs. I just realized it's for an AU. Hay mail totems. Level 80, I can do the better method there. I can already put together heavy ballista and almost rune jabs. Green Man carving is actually. Is that the mask you can get from Green Man statue, Green Man carving? I don't know what that is. Let me look it up real fast. But anyway, that's only a couple levels away as well. A Green Man carving is an item created with Green Man mask, 5 branches and 1 set of few logs. Oh, it's used to build a Green Man carving in your player-owned house. Okay, so nothing I'm really worried about. I would like to get that up there and worked on for sure, but it's not a super important goal. Alright, getting the crafting up just because that's always useful. So I know keeping up on some farm runs is going to be important for the diaries like I'm pushing now, and I need I think you need 91 farming to get 3 magic roots from Falador for the Falador diary. So I need to keep pushing the farming up. I need to work on Slayer. I don't have extended potions, but I do have anti-fires. So I'm going to see if it's possible for me to go do my snow task. They only have a 50% weakness start, so I don't know. Bronze dragons, I'm considering I could melee them, but I'm going to take damage. Probably end up having to do more than one trip. So I think I could actually do some bronze dragons. So yeah, I might work on that. The question is, do I want to, I might just range them. Hello, hello. What's up with you? I was just kind of doing some AFK skilling, deciding what I want to work on as my next goal. I think I'm gonna go work on a rather annoying Slayer task I've been sitting on. Plus 5 range, those boots might be better. No, that's plus 7, those are better. I do have an Amulet of Glory now. I made 5,000 broad bolts. I'm gonna need an anti-dragon shield. Where does that put me? Let's see here. Barrel's gloves, and that's probably about it. Okay, yeah, so there's my current range setup. I know I'll pop over to 71 pretty fast after starting a task, but I only have 1 sip of ranging potion to actually bring. I'm going to take 3 anti-fires plus I'll put some of these together. Bring a couple more. Because as long as I'm drinking those, I'm invincible to them if I stand at range. So the main consideration is just going to be the time I spend there. What do I have here for trading sticks? I don't know that I've done the Vidarmie one. Entrance. If I have, it'd be a really easy, fast way to get down there. But if I have not, I think it's... Yeah, you needed to trade them 5,000 trading sticks, and I don't know if I have done that. If not, I will just need an axe. I will need one that I can drop. Okay, I don't really think they drop much herbs or gems or anything else I can pick up. I don't need any food. So yeah, we will try that. Now the best way to get to Brimhaven. see if I have a tie boil. I do not. So my best bet would be fairy rings. Alright, so at least this, let's check here. Okay, I need to kill 42 in the Broomhaven dungeon. So at least this task is going to work on my 70 prayer goal. That's kind of my top tier goal right now. But I know I'm probably going to need to bank multiple times in order to collect all the bones because I don't just want to waste them. We'll see though. So what is it? Type 1 CKR. And then we will run up and see if I have a latte or not. If not, then we're going the long way around, which actually requires gold too, so I'll end up having to teleport out. I think it's 975 gold to get there. You there? Can I get down here? There's a rope, so yes I can. Perfect. Nice. Alright. Make some decent progress here then. It's really nice to have the broad bolts made. I just went and bought that with Slayer points yesterday and fletched those while I was sitting waiting for seaweed spores. Don't need SD legs. What are you wearing? Wings? No, you're 20 gold. I will hold on to that for now because I'm not quite sure. I think these guys drop gold anyway. I'm going to turn random on so I get some different songs playing too. So let's see, this only lasts 6 minutes. That's actually not bad. I was thinking it was because the other ones are 12 minutes. I was thinking these are more like 3 or 4 minutes or something, but 6 minutes isn't bad. I should only have to bring, depending on if I'm banking the entire time. I shouldn't have to bring all of them. Well, that feels nice to have that done on my main account. Got the elite Mauritania diary done. Gate up to 91 fishing while playing on the Iron. It's not worth keeping, I'm just going to use them real fast. 2 rune knives drop. Like there's no reason I should have to have a rune knife equipped or anything, right? Wow, they are lasting forever though. I don't even have the upgraded Vorkath backpack yet. Doing some work. Alright, nice. This isn't going that bad. If I get the herblore up, it's really not a big deal. To kill dragon tasks, just kind of annoying, but I mean I need the bones anyway right now. There's not a real reason for me to ignore this easy of a task. Other than its out of way placement, which means it'll take a while. At any point I can just buy more unfinished broad bolts, and if I run out of feathers even, I got 15k left, I can just buy more feathers, so not a big deal. I now have an unlimited iron supply of broad bolts, which feels nice. It's my best ranged training method, really. Hello, hello, what's going on? You seem very excited. The all caps. I'm doing alright though. What's going on with you? Just working on a Slayer task. It's a Konar one, so I have to do it in the Brimhaven dungeon, sadly. Not core end would be easier than I can get closer to a bank to run back and forth and make all the bones, and it would make it a lot easier to work on getting totems built up. It's my favorite game, yeah, right now at least, and I'm definitely addicted. Been playing RuneScape off and on for I don't even know how many years. Hey, there we go, 71 ranged. A long time. Do you play RuneScape? Yeah, this is mostly the game I play. Old school RuneScape right now. Hello, hello, what's going on in deck? Just working on a Konar task. How long have I been streaming? Probably close to 2 weeks now. Just started pretty recently, so thank you. I've mostly ignored combat to this point and just been doing kind of you know, farming, skilling. Just finally got 77 magic so I can pump up the crafting. Got my Amulet of Glory. Definitely feeling like it's all starting to come together on the iron. Got like 2 or 3 hard diaries knocked out too. No, that's how long I've been streaming. This account's like 3 months old, so I am not that hardcore. Sorry, I'm streaming on Twitch and Kick, so I was just responding to someone on Kick that was asking how long I've been streaming, so. And I'm whispering. We have a baby asleep in the other room, so I'm trying not to wake her up, but also still be, you know, fun and interactive and get to talk to people. It's a balance. Yeah, sorry, not meaning it to be inconvenient. I am aware of it. I know I'm quiet. I don't always talk quiet, just when she happens to be taking a nap. Yeah, exactly. Anyone who's played RuneScape long enough knows that it's either a time where you randomly have kids now, or you've ignored that part of your life because RuneScape's more important. And, you know, I did a little bit of both, but I ended up with a kid anyway. Yeah, I've always just played on a main account, so this is my first attempt at doing an iron, and I was a hardcore. I think I died in free-to-play still to Alvarg. I was trying to like save spot flick him, and I was feeding my daughter a bottle and just just AFK, looked away for like 10 seconds, looked back, and I was in lumber, so. But I'm like, you know, I don't really have time to, you know, be like, oh, I'm gonna be hardcore or whatever. I just wanted to start off that way and see how it works, so. Yeah, it is definitely fun. There's a lot of grinds I've done that I would not have, you know, done in that way just because I am an iron. Feels good. It feels like I'm finally looking at the entirety of the game. Because when I was younger, I mostly played free to play and stuff. I didn't, you know, my parents would never pay for membership, so it wasn't until Old School came out, I think, that I even was interested enough to do members. Yeah, like randomly mining, yeah, like 10,000 sand to get glass made, to get crafting up is like, yeah, not something that I would do on my main account, but it's definitely a nice driving force of getting all the experiences in there. I love it though. That's fun. Or even just being able to use a rune crossbow, you know, it's like you have to go and buy unfinished bolts and then get feathers and then put them together, but you have to have high enough fletching. And it's like, yeah, it feels like kind of the complete game or how it's made. And I play a lot of kind of survival games too, you know, like Minecraft or Valheim, so it's, I'm pretty used to that, like, you know, grinding for your supplies kind of feeling and then using them. And so far I've ignored combat for the most part, and I'm just trying to like make combat and Slayer more efficient by getting all the other stats up first. Don't Starve is a fun one. Yeah, I don't know, have you ever played Don't Starve? Have not tried that one yet. I played that a long time ago with a group, the multiplayer one with a group of friends, and yeah, that's a fun survive the night type style. But yeah, that's, oh yeah, and Stardew Valley. I have played a lot of Stardew Valley. Yeah, that is what my wife does play. I think we're only like year 2 or 3 or something, but we did Ginger Island and finally got to all the expansion-y stuff in our last play. That was a lot of hours into that game. And it's a nice cozy one. It was after our daughter was born, so we were just kind of hanging out and doing some chill gaming whenever she's napping. Yeah, it's good to make it that far. Because I'm always the type where when I play those kind of games by myself, I usually get far enough and then, you know, start over or something. Like I can't quite decide if I remember enough of what I was doing. So if I take like a couple months break or a year break, come back to it and start over. So most of my accounts are only like a year old, because it's about how far I usually make it. But we made it a lot further, and you know, finished community center and got all that stuff done. So yeah, let her be the farmer. I think I did that too. I think I maxed out fishing to 10, like when she was still back at 5. Yeah, at least that one has, because like my wife played a lot of Animal Crossing too, but at least that one does have the PvE and the combat. It makes it a lot more exciting. 25 left on the task. I'm trying to decide if I mean, I really need to get my prayer up to get the Mauritania diary done before I do Barrows. That's kind of my goal right now. I'm trying to decide if it's worth burying all these bones and just carrying on and finishing the task, or if I want to go bank them, bring less anti-fires now that I know how that works. So yeah, I do actually. I got 83 Hunter doing just rumors, and that's pretty much how I got all my prayer levels so far. But yeah, super nice to get all that Varlamore stuff in, because I haven't even touched Varlamore on my main. There's not really a reason to, other than maybe bosses and stuff. So that's another thing where it's like, yeah, for the Iron account, that is a pretty huge improvement. That's kind of the current question I have, is like, I don't know if I want to push my hunter out more, do more rumors, just because the prayer XP is so nice, and I don't really mind doing them. Or if I'm like, well, I kind of need to finally progress my account in the combat area, start doing Slayer, and then that'll passively get my prayer up. But it could take a while, and I kind of want to rush the barrows and then wounds and try making some progress there. Oh yeah. Actually, I did some mining of that too. I forgot they are in the mines. I'm mostly, like, if I play games with my wife, we usually play on the Switch. And I've been AFK woodcutting, just doing like AFK magics as my go-to, you know, click once every 5 minutes type activity. So I'm pushing really close to 90 woodcutting, and then I plan on doing up to redwood pyre logs to get Zealot's outfit. And I also have the perfected Quetzal Whistle blueprint from the rumors, so I know you need like a redwood to do that, and it's rather hard to get it any other way from what I heard, so I'm pushing so close. Another probably like 5 or 6 days of AFKing and I'll get there. I kind of want those lava runes. That's what I was wondering. I had someone spamming my kick in all caps of like, you know, hello, where are you from? What games do you play? It's a nice chat for a little bit, and then in the end, it's like, oh yeah, check out my Instagram, and here's my username. I want you to buy something. Like, every time. Starting off as a new streamer, it's hard to get real people in here. Yeah, mine was mining. Now I'm kind of fishing. I need to get some woodcutting levels. Yeah, I have woodcutting I've done just because it seems like the most AFK. Because like mining is really nice with the shooting stars. I've done a little bit of that. I got the ring and probably like 5 or 6 packs of gem. But then you still have to kind of pay attention a little bit. You know, raid, find where the next star is going to be in Hop Worlds. So yeah, woodcutting has been the easy super AFK one. And fishing I would get up, but I feel kind of proud because I have the heron pet. And I got it like 64, so I keep like slowly inching it up and trying not to do it too much. But I'm working on like 2k in on the shards to get it turned blue by doing Temperos, so that's kind of my like, I don't really need food right now because of the hunter rumors. I kind of have a lot of that saved up. So I'm like, yeah, I don't really need to fish yet, although it would be good to have stockpiles for PVM later. It'd be nice to at least get some Karamwan stacked up. Yeah, but I've done Temperos. I think I've done like 2 angler pieces, and or 2 of the spirit pieces, and I'm going to get all 4 of them and then upgrade my pet. And yeah, so far I have the Tome of Water, and probably like 300 poles and no barrels, so it's like the luck on my account has just gone all a good direction, but not exactly where I wanted. I think I did about 67 to the 73 just doing Temperos, and I haven't got the barrel yet. I got the tackle box within like 5 poles, and then I got the tome within like 30, and it's just been, yeah, just been trying to get the barrel since then. Someday I'll go back there. My clan had like a skilling link for fishing. That's when I tried it and got, you know, pushed those like 5 or 6 levels at once. And since then I've been like, okay, focus on other stuff. Have you been playing for a long time, or have you been kind of an off and oner? I usually probably about every like 6 months to a year, I take about a year break and then I come back to it later. If my main account isn't even maxed or anything yet, so I just I like too many other games to hop around. 05, yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's probably about there for me too. I think it was like, I can't remember the exact year, but I think I was around like, I thought I was 10 to 11, and I was talking to my dad the other day, and he was like, oh no, I think you were closer to 13 or 14 when he started getting addicted to RuneScape. I was like, okay, no, he's probably right. I don't remember things as well, so. Nice, yeah, that's a young one. And that's all I used to do is I had like 4 or 5 different free-to-play accounts with different PvP builds, and I would just go into like the PvP worlds when they came out and, you know, just hang out, made some friends, killed some stuff. Good times, wasting time. So many hours in, but hardly any levels. Need to go back for the tome, Winter Todd or the tome. Yeah, I got really lucky. I only need the Huikoda one now. Winter Todd, I think I got it. Actually, yeah, hold on. I have it set up on OBS as my AFK screen. So there it is. Was it 11 rewards pulled? I got the tome and the torch. Switch back there. I'm learning how to do that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I was super spoon there. I haven't got a Dragon Axe yet. I got up to 90 so I could do Redwoods, you know, for like Elite and Master Clues. But yeah, I got the Fire Tome, I got the Water Tome both within, like, yeah, super early, within like 20 pulls each. So I'm like, I'm gonna go kill the Huikoda, and I'm gonna get it within like 2 kills, and then I'll have all the tomes, and I can do all of the whatever free rune casting I need. So then same story there, I didn't even finish the full, at Winter Todd, I didn't finish the full outfit until I think like 88 fire making before I got my last piece, so I don't have a bunch of like extra pages from dupes or anything. Yeah, right now my clan is doing a Huikoda event. What are they? I think that's what a lot of them have been killing over and over. You know, they do like little rewards and stuff. It's kind of fun, but like I haven't done any Perilous Moons or killing any of the little guys from that area, so I don't want to. It's like until I get like a double hitting weapon, I don't really want to spend the time doing it and hardly get any participation for kills. Duos, yeah, and I consider that, like I consider maybe just doing duos with a friend or even my main account or something, you know, dolos, and just getting a couple drops early, but like, well, that's probably one that I want to stick through to the end. Like I probably want all the drops there because I know you need the hide for some different clues. Like I think one clue takes the head and the man braces, and then I know it's just decent armor too because it's better than God hide, right? Or is it about the same? I don't remember. But now that the Dragon Hunter wand is really useful, I'd like to get that too, because I don't know if I'll ever do enough Cox raids to get the Dragon Hunter crossbow. So like the wand is probably gonna be my best bet for just doing random slayer and killing dragons. So like I don't really want to hit it till I get maybe full blood moon armor, and I can really whack it away. Otherwise it's not that efficient. Alright, I don't think it's worth keeping adamant dart keys, so I'm just gonna waste these and save some bolts real fast. Yeah, he does have the tooth haps or whatever, the loop haps. It's gonna be nice to get those because I have a decent amount of those saved up. And then the new Huasca seeds or whatever too. Just because I've done a decent amount of herblore getting ready for like Song of the Owls. I need to do construction still, otherwise I'm about there. Yeah, I forget, is loops the ones you get from skilling, and then teeth halves are dropped only from bosses, I think. So it's, yeah, like AFK mining and anywhere in Varlamar where you do the shooting stars. I think I got like 4 or 5 from that in a day. It's not that hard to keep up on. Wow. You're pretty far into the game then. You've been playing an Iron for a while. I wish I had started earlier. I definitely had that like, oh, Iron would be fun, but I don't really have time, or I'm not that committed, and now I'm like, okay, this is is really fun, so I'm enjoying it. Almost 2K total, very nice. Probably done a lot of combat then. And that's kind of my goals too, is like I don't want to just, you know, AFK the new crab or whatever, get all my stats up. I'm like, I want my stats to kind of mean something and go along with Slayer and be actual, you know, useful time spent combating. So, gear's looking good. Have you done a lot of Godverse dungeons, or are you doing more raids already? Yeah, Bandos would be nice, but that's a lot of, like, it sounds like very few trips, or kills per trip usually to solo. And Zammy's a lot easier once you get the Scorching Bow. No purples, darn. Not even the labor. Yeah, that's pretty good at Zammy. I know Bandos is a lot harder. Because there's not like the, you know, like the cheesy bow method, but... Wow, nice. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, like, I think I wasn't too far off on the Black Mask. I just did that grind probably a week or two ago, and it was, I can't remember, I think it was like 100 over maybe. Let's see, can I just check it here? Where's a log? Cave Horrors, yeah, 788. So it's like I went a little past drop rate, but not that bad. But I'm like, I hope I go over on everything and then just get, yeah, Super Spoon when I get to Synapses and Zenites would be nice too. Because my main, I think I've done like 3 tasks or something as all of they tormented the gorillas that drop Zenites. I've done like 3, you know, 150 plus tasks, and I haven't gotten any drops yet, you know, no U-Links. And I just kind of gave up, you know, I'm like, I don't need money on the main. I did a lot of other money-making stuff, and I've played it since release, so it's like sitting pretty, not going to do that until I need to do collection log stuff, but it would be nice on this account to get those a little earlier. Yeah, I got the zombie axe, actually. Yeah, does that same log show your armored zombie kills? It's only Slayer monsters, right? Yeah, I don't know if it shows it, but I think I was right. I was a little early on drop rate there. Maybe like 500 or something. Yeah, 4.4k. Wow. You were probably starting to wonder if it was real. Yeah, I got pretty lucky there. Although, I mean, so far, I don't think I've gotten unlucky on anything except just trying to get 1 barrel drop. And Temperos has been like, okay, it's probably not worth, you know, super grinding out until I need to do Karam bombs, but that's the only thing I can really complain about. Yeah, 4.4k, I probably would have just given up and waited till I had a much larger, like, ruin supply instead of dumping all the money into it. Or did you do it melee, or... Bofa, 6 armor seeds and 320. That's pretty nice. That would be ideal. I know that's, yeah, once you get to the prison, you're kind of stuck there until you get really lucky. So that's sounds like you got pretty lucky there. Yeah, and I mean, I did my Zombie X relatively early. I think I already had the base 70s, but it was right when I hit like 70 or 71 magic, and I was able to burst them. I did, so as soon as I got that quest done, I was like, yeah, I might as well work on it, and got pretty lucky there. And I was only 60 smithing, so I had to go and buy a bunch of Giant's Foundry stuff and get that out. And that's really nice too, that we even have that option now. Wow, yeah, you're just speeding ahead on everything. And they made that drop rate better, right? The Dragon War Hammer. I don't know if they... I Was it 1 out of 20k and now it's like 1 out of 10k or something? Or is it still a little higher than that? Or is that just how everyone makes it seem? I don't really remember. I've never gotten a Dragon Warhammer. I think on my main I did like 2,000 kill count, never got one, and I was like, yeah, I'll just take them off the Slayer task because I mostly want an XP, not the drops anymore. Oh, it's not that bad then, okay. I mean, that's still really bad because those things take a while to kill, but 1 out of 3k is okay. Yeah, so that's not too bad. 704 is still reasonable, like, you know, it's not like you got it in the first 100. 69k left till we get 72 ranged. And that's kind of my goal for, I think I'm going to wait until Slayer gives me 75 range-ish before I go for Fire Cape, just so I'm not wasting as long and as many supplies doing it. I figure, I mean, I already got lucky with some hard clues early on, got some God Hide. And then from the Hunter grind, I have the Center Highlight Crossbow with about 3k of the Sunland 12 bolts. So I don't have the really good ones yet, but I know that'll get me through a lot of the early wave stuff. I still don't have one. Yeah, I don't remember hard clues. I maybe did like 7 to get both of these, and they were back to back as well. That was a nice day. Only 4 left on the task. I probably should be paying attention, flicking my ranged. Well, yeah, hey, thanks for stopping by and chatting. I don't obviously get many viewers or people that actually know what RuneScape is, mostly just spammers and bots and stuff, but with me whispering, is my game sound too high or anything? Is it too distracting? Because I don't have any like music or, yeah, I haven't looked into any real music yet. I'm just wrecking the randomizer on RuneScape. But I know the game sounds can be pretty harsh too. I'm just curious if that's like overpowering or... sound. Yeah, sadly that's, we live in just like a little 1-bedroom house, so we have a fan running, and the baby's in the one room, so it's like, if we didn't do that, I probably couldn't talk at all, because she would wake up right away. But yeah, thanks for the infos. I had one of my friends watch it, and she was kind of saying the same thing. It's like, it's a little bit, just background noise, you know? It's like, it's a little bit quiet when I have to whisper. But I don't know how much I can really adjust RuneScape because I think I'm already at 4%. I can always try and go to like 2% and see if that's a little more reasonable. But yeah, definitely until we get out of the house, we're going to be having the background noise probably. Yeah, that's nice. At least I'm understandable. It's not impossible, but I'm sure you have to pay attention more than the average person might like to, so. It's like, you know, like everybody growing up, you know, you think, oh, you know, I can play video games for a living, or I'll be a game tester or something, then you find out, oh, it's not really a thing. And then obviously during COVID, everybody like decided to go and, you know, try out streaming. And I skipped that wave. I was, you know, busy and working and stuff still. Just met my wife around there. And then now that we've had a kid, and it's just been like, you know, I had quit my job a little bit before. I'm like, well, I'm playing RuneScape all day. I might as well try streaming it and hang out with some people and talk. So try some of the fun stuff. Oh yeah, definitely. Life is a lot different after a child. Do you have a kid or two, or the thought of it yet? Newlywed, congratulations. It's an important step. Hopefully like the biggest one you have until you have a kid, right? Moved to the States last year. Very nice. Where are you at now, and where'd you come from? My dad was military here in the States, so I've moved around quite a bit. Wow, me too. Not every day you see another 406er. Yep, from the UK. Wow. Yeah, I know. I watch Mr. Mammal and stuff, and like Foe or whatever. I'm like, yeah, oh, there's a Mr. Mammal's right over in North Dakota or whatever. So I'm like, oh, I could go say hi to him sometime. He's not that far to drive. Great Falls, wow, yeah. Yep, I live out of town, but I'm basically from Great Falls, so it's a small world. Unless you're like someone I know and you're just trolling me, but yeah, that's impressive. Very cool. What brought you to the States then? Job or who you met or something, or just trying a different place to live? Your wife. Did you guys meet online or something? Then you were able to make it over here, or? Excuse me. Went to a powwow yesterday. I don't think I've even ever been to a powwow. I've lived in Montana a long time now. Yeah, that's crazy. It's like the amount of people that I've probably talked to like 5 to 10 people since I started streaming, so the chances that one of them would be in the same city as me is pretty crazy. Yeah, it's not a common thing. When I first started playing RuneScape, that's how I just realized I finished my task already. I think I had like a group of friends, like 4 or 5 of us from church that like started playing it when we were all like 10, 11, 12. But other than that, I don't think I really met anyone who even knew what RuneScape was here. I mean, my wife didn't even know what it was until we got married, so. Until we met. But it is one of those things where it's like, there's a lot of fun stuff to do, outside. There's hiking and fishing and camping and hunting and all that stuff, but, then there's also going to be a long winter with a lot of snow, and one of the best things to do is to sit at home and play RuneScape all day, so. Go camping on Monarch, yep, that's I've been to Monarch a few times. I think we usually get our firewood from there, so, or that's at least where our friend has showed us is a good place to go. Fishing in Loma. I don't think I've ever been to Loma specifically. I usually do fly fishing just on some of the, kind of smaller rivers and stuff. Alright, I think I have Rada's Blessing. Yeah, I can't believe that. It's crazy. Mount Karoom. Oh, okay, like protected ones that you can't actually keep. Did you go fishing like from, is that a riverside, or is that more of a lake one with a boat, or? Alright, be nice to me. Bloodvelds and a Stronghold Slayer dungeon. I guess that works. Wonder if I should just AFK arrange those two. I can safe spot them pretty easily, I think, in the Slayer dungeon and the Stronghold dungeon. It's more of a riverside along farmland. Yeah, I'm sure it's a nice area. I've heard a lot of people talk about them. I've just never been myself. Maybe I will try safe spotting those guys as well. Put that away. I just got Slayer rings unlocked yesterday, so I can teleport straight to the Stronghold. Hooterites, yeah, I know if you go west of town, there's more Mennonite presence. But yeah, the Hooterites are a bit of a cultural shock if you're not used to the more simple people or whatever living out on their farm still. And weirdly, I think they're actually a Canadian transplant. I think the Hooterites have like a home base up in Canada, and that's kind of how they are supplied qualified and stuff, so, or who they answer to. It's kind of a weird thing to have here, but they own most of the land around here. Works in medical, okay. Benefits then, I'm guessing, knowing this area. It's like that or Great Falls Clinic, I think, for your kind of your bets here. I wasn't on the medical side of it, but that was one of my first jobs when I was I think I was like 18 or something. It was like my first job a friend got me. Someone worked in Easter Seals Goodwill, and so I just, I didn't have any medical experience or anything, but just kind of went to people's houses and helped take care of them and clean up stuff, make sure they're taking their pills and everything. But that's my only experience seeing any side of the medical field. I've never actually done a safe spot task here before, so I'm not sure how it's supposed to work, but this isn't too bad so far. A private sleep clinic for sleep studies. Oh, okay. So not like the usual, not like a nurse or anything, but doing specific studies. That's cool. I don't think I've ever met anyone who does that. Do you have a job yet here, or are you mostly a RuneScaper? I say that as a current RuneScaper, Oh yeah, good luck. Anything you have to get done with the government just takes forever and is way more painful than it should be. As much as I can avoid that, I do. Wow, Brimstone Key. I like 3 kills in, 4 kills in. Nice. That's the only reason I'm doing Konar, is get some free random useful junk to go through. Have to sit tight, yeah, so it's like at least nothing, it's like nothing bad or weird or anything should happen, but it is kind of weird to be floating in the middle zone and knowing that you probably, I assume you probably have to get your citizenship before you can do most jobs or at least anything over the table. Open to make a job, yeah, you have to have a social security number. Fun. I ain't a good excuse to play RuneScape though. Yeah, no, that is pretty insane. I mean, yeah, it's like meeting someone from anywhere in Montana is just like winning the lottery already, because it's like, I mean, there's what, like 1 million people here in general in the whole state, but and Great Falls is only like, I want to say it was like 80,000 or something last I heard, so that is pretty cool. 60,000, yeah, not even that many. Yeah, I don't want to be too weird, because it's weird, meeting people on the internet and stuff. I don't want to make my wife uncomfortable, but we'll have to like meet up or hang out or say hi or something sometime. So that's cool. So how long did you say you've been here? Have you experienced your first enjoyable winter yet, or? Since September, okay. Yeah, so you've seen at least one winter. And it's kind of weird, they kind of go in like phases where you'll have usually like 2 or 3 mild winters, and then you'll have like one really bad one. So you'll definitely remember if you get a really bad one. Depending on how much driving you need to do and get around and stuff, or if you can just hang out and relax at home. That's pretty good. That's worth keeping. Yeah, you gotta have that first experience. I mean, I imagine you guys get snow and stuff in London. Like I've lived in Washington State, where it's a lot more of that. You know, probably similar to England climate. You know, kind of just rainy and wet and dreary all the time. But they still got snow in the winter. You know, every other year. So never get snow now. Yeah, 2 million. Yeah. Yeah, I've lived in Florida as well, where yeah, we got snow once there, and everyone was like running outside at midnight to try and get pictures of it and taste it and stuff, even though it was like it wasn't really snow because it was melting as soon as it hit the ground. But it was close to Christmas, and yeah, everybody got so excited to see it. It was like, wow. Since I just moved there from Montana as a kid, I was like, you poor people are so deprived. But then again, everyone usually gets old and tries to leave Montana too, because you know, nobody wants to shovel snow when you're 70 years old and can hardly walk or whatever. So it was 100 degrees. Yeah, no, it definitely, you get the whole range of the spectrum. I mean, it's never that humid. It's always kind of a dry heat, and it's not as bad or as like hot and sweaty as the you know, like the Florida or the humid heat from the coasts. But yeah, do they have actual snowmobile ones? Or I know a lot of people have four-wheelers that just have a snow plow attachment on the front. That's a pretty good way to do it. We don't do anything like that. We just use muscle power still. But yeah, definitely when I get old, it'd be nice to have one of those. After having a kid, I already feel old some days, but yeah, usually they're just four-wheelers, and that way you can use them in the summer too to, you know, go hunting or hiking or whatever else people are into. Yeah, that's cool too. I was like, you know, I was like, at first I was like, yeah, no way someone's actually from Montana. You know, this is crazy. I was like, well, I don't even have in my bio or anything that I'm from Montana. I was like, there's no way you would know or be able to guess that, so, unless you're a really good hacker. I think that's, yeah, that's a crazy coincidence. Oh yeah, yeah, I believe you. My mind is still blown by that, yeah. I don't think I've ever met anyone else here that plays RuneScape except when I was a kid. It's like, it's crazy. It's a crazy world though. Yeah, and yeah, nobody knows or has even heard of it. And it's crazy to think about too, because it almost feels like RuneScape is such like a kind of a cult game where it's like either you have played RuneScape and that's the main game you play and you love it and you know everything about it, or you've never heard of it but you've still heard of, like, you know, all the other top games like World of Warcraft or ESO or whatever. But yeah, RuneScape, I know it's doing really well right now particularly, but like overall time it's still even been, you know, it's been in the top 5 for player count. It's like it's not as flashy or grabby maybe of attention, but it's definitely, I'm surprised more people haven't heard of it. When someone's played and they know it clicks different. Yeah, you're just like, oh yeah, you know, you're a RuneScaper. Exactly. I play a heck of a lot of other games. You know, I've always grown up with like Nintendo and stuff, and that's what my wife is more into. Like we have Switches and we do that a lot, but whenever I've had a computer, it's usually been a go-to RuneScape. I had a League of Legends phase. I did like an Apex phase. I had a lot of phases. We beat Baldur's Gate, I think like 1.5 times now, maybe more. I know, that was a fun one. I keep coming back to the RuneScape. Yeah, that's exactly how it felt. Being a part of like the early League days too was a lot the same, where it's like, you know, it wasn't quite as toxic at the beginning until all the other idiots started hearing about it and getting into it, and then there's, you know, like kids and stuff and people getting banned all the time. And then I guess Tyler One kind of like popularized being a jerk, and people loved that and started copying him and being toxic. But the early days of League, I had a lot of fun in the first couple seasons. And being, that was right when I got like my first computer, and kind of the same thing where it was like, oh yeah, I'm free, I can play any game, and it was, those were good times, good memories. Okay, I see our model. Look, I'm actually impressed, unless it's not charged. Like, he looks like an Iron from his getup. I wonder if he's just rocking it uncharged and just has the prey bonus. I just realized that too. I still have my anti-dragon on because I just ran over here. So I could grab my, let's see. I think I have like a U shield at least that I've made with fletching I could use. Maybe a little bit of bonus. Fusion fights or Montana MMA stuff. No, I'm not really into that scene at all. I don't know anything about it. I'm not a fighter or anything myself, and it's like I enjoy some spectator sports and stuff. I'm not really that into football or anything either, so just kind of more into the gaming scene. I knew someone whose boyfriend was in the MMA fighting here. He got beat up a couple times or whatever, but he did pretty well, I think, 1 year. But no, other than that, I really haven't heard much about it. Really? That's funny. Yeah, I don't think I'd recognize anyone if I saw him, so I really don't know anything about that. Is that something you were kind of interested in before you moved here too? It just kind of made it a bit of a different interest or more close to home feeling? Okay. So hanging out with the in-laws and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I don't, it's like I'm not even paying for any streaming stuff right now. I don't think I've even had the opportunity to see any local channels or whatever's going on there. So I'm not caught up at all there. Hey, Steel Full Hum, I'll save that for Giants Foundry. That's worth 1 bar, right? I have such a problem with inventory space on the Iron account. It's like how I made, I'm like, oh, I'll just throw everything away and I can rebuy it on the GE, but now it's like I'm always about 10 spaces away from full because it's hard to get rid of anything. In-laws like your accent, yeah, I bet. Everyone in Montana is always like, what, a foreigner? Yeah, and I mean, I've never really left the country, but I've lived in a lot of different places in America, and even just moving back and forth between, like Washington State and Florida and here, there's a major accent difference you can hear. But everyone is always just like, oh, I don't have an accent, I'm a normal person from Montana. It's, compared to someone from Utah or Florida or, even Washington State, it's like everyone sounds a little bit different across the states. It's not quite like a southern accent most people have here, but it seems kind of like similar to one. Just a little more terse, I guess, usually. Steel scimitar, is that made with 2 bars? I can't remember if that's a 1 or a 2. I'll hold on to it just in case. The country accent, yeah, I've heard some pretty strong ones too. Like I worked on a farm near here, out toward Belt for like 5 years or something. Kind of my out of high school, out of college days. But yeah, they definitely had some. They've been here for so many years and have some pretty deep-rooted accents. Like one of them, instead of like wash, he still says wash. Like I gotta go wash the clothes or whatever. Like That's not how it's spelled. That's not how anyone ever has said it. But yeah, I mean, he was only like 20 years older than me, and he still said it that way. I was like, what does that even mean? I don't know who invented that part of the accent, but I guess it's just a weird old farmer thing or something. I don't know. Myrrh instead of mirror. Yeah, if you just say it fast enough or slur it a little bit, it's just the myrrh. I can't see myself in the myrrh. I know exactly what you mean. I can hear it. I don't feel like I have a super Montana accent just because I haven't lived here my whole life, but I'm sure I've been here so long that I definitely, I'm sure it's settled in a bit. Yeah, what's your username? Yeah, I've got one. I mean, I think I've been here at least since I was like, probably been at least like 10 or 12 years or something now. No, you're joking, right? Your name's not 29. There's no way. Recently 29 even. Wow. That's cool. That's cool. Well, that's cool. Did you have to buy that username, or is it like a one that you were able to snipe or something? Oh, and your main's 28. Okay, that's cool. Do you have a normal Iron account, or are you the? I see you have a group helmet. Do you play with the group and some friends and stuff? Yeah, that's. I've never had a good enough or close enough friend that I've really considered starting a group with. I always thought it'd be a cool idea. You watch like YouTube series and it'd be like, oh yeah, I'd enjoy doing that kind of a grind together. But like I started a normal account because I'm like I don't know anyone, or I don't think it would work out long term enough. Because like you said, hardly anyone in Montana would even play RuneScape, and I probably would only do a group if I knew people that were like real life friends or something. That way, if they steal your BGS or whatever, you can beat them up in real life instead of having to just be like, oh darn, the group thing happened to me again. Oh yeah, were you in a group then with some real life people from back home? Yep, yeah, I totally understand that, and that's kind of the hard part too. Is like, I would almost feel bad if I started a group because I'm hardcore into it right now, and I kind of have been since our baby was born. Because it's kind of the most passive game that I can, it's like with RuneScape, I can just get off or stop almost any time. Whereas like if I'm in like a League of Legends or like a Heroes of the Storm match or something, you can't just, your account will get reported or something if you leave whenever you want. So it's kind of easier for life right now to play a more chill game like this, especially doing some skilling and all that. You play HOTS too? Very nice. Yeah, my wife got me into HOTS. We both, we both loved World of Warcraft and played that for a bit. And so when they came out with their own MOBA, we were like, oh yeah, gonna play a lot of that. Deckard Cain Stitches, some more the supporty role and the steal your person role. Yeah, that's what my wife doesn't understand because she never played League of Legends. But whenever she's like, oh, that's a Stitches or something, or like oh, the pole mechanic, I'm like, no, that's a Blitzcrank. They stole it from Blitzcrank. And then I had another friend that always be like, no, it's actually so and so from Dota 2. I'm like, Come on, nobody knows that. Yeah, Blitz in the Tom catch. Yeah, I think I stopped playing League right around when Tom was even coming out. I played probably the first like 3 or 4 seasons mostly. Hey, hard clue, nice. I normally wouldn't waste my time, but I need all the prayer XP I can get trying to push that 70 and get the Mauritania diary done. Yeah, you probably haven't played HOTS in a while then. I think they're, we tried again like last week or something, you know, we did like normal casual matches and there were a decent amount of toxic people getting mad because we had taken a break for so long, didn't really know what we're doing. It's like, you know, sorry, I'm not perfect or whatever, not carrying you, but I think it's free on Game Pass right now since Microsoft owns Blizzard or whatever. They've put that on Game Pass, so there's a lot of, you know, like you get a match within like 20 seconds. It seemed like a decent amount of people playing still. I was impressed. Because it feels like a game, you know, they haven't updated it in so long. You'd think it would just kind of die out without any changes, updates, seasons, whatever. You know, there's nothing really new, but it has its pretty solid cult following that won't leave it, so it's staying alive. Oh yeah, that always sucks. And I mean, and that's something, you know, it's like welcome to Montana, even with the best ping in the closest servers, you know, whether it's Washington or Denver, Colorado or something. It's like usually rocking anywhere from 50 to 60 ping is still ideal. You know, it's not like, I know some places in the UK and like in California and stuff, you can get 20, you know, maybe 15, 20 ping in certain games. I'm like, yeah, there's no chance of that here. You get kind of the best internet you can go for, and it's still probably going to be 50 to 60 on an average day. But yeah, it depends on what game you're playing too, because if you're connected back to those servers. 58, yeah, that's about normal. I don't have mine turned on Runelay right now, but I think it's usually about, if I get a decent world, I can get around 60. Such a slow task. I wonder if I should just grab melee and try and speed it up. But no, I really want to get my fire capes. I want to get some range levels pumped out. Just remind myself this is worth it. This is worth it. Yeah, so that's probably a weird thing. Can you, I know, like with Blizzard, you probably could contact customer support and transfer your account to an NA account so you can play on the NA. But I imagine there's a lot of games that might have server-specific kind of things where you'd have to restart an entire account or something for moving across the world. 5 ping? I've never seen 5 ping, that's crazy. You can do so much dangerous content, right? That you have to make a new account, you can't transfer, that sucks. Did you ever do other Blizzard stuff? Like I played a lot of Diablo 2 Resurrected as well when that came out. And then we've played through, like I played Legion, I think it was my first World of Warcraft expansion, the very recent one, and then we played through Shadowlands and whatever the one in between those was. Do you remember? What was the expansion before Shadowlands? BFA, right? Was it? Yeah. Yeah. We did a little bit of Battle for Azeroth. But then you just kind of realize that's really hard to do in, you know, in real life, because if you like miss a couple of days or something, or miss a week of World of Warcraft, you're all of a sudden behind, and I don't like that fear of missing out style that they do. Tiny bit of Diablo 2, yeah, it's a really fun game to get into. But you know, as if you're not super into all the Blizzard games or whatever, at least it doesn't suck that bad to have to start over. At least RuneScape's there for you. You can play wherever you want, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. And did you, you know, I imagine most people probably wouldn't, but living that close to it, did you ever like visit the Jagex headquarters or anything just because you're there? Or is it not worth the hassle usually? Watching more than playing, yeah, they had a lot of esports stuff that was pretty good for a while there. Hearthstone was fun. Not no familiar, yeah, I figured. I didn't know if they ever did like tourist days or anything. RuneFest would be cool. I've seen some of the content creators' videos from there. It'd be cool to afford a ticket there someday. Wow, you've met them. That's impressive. Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, Bodhi was probably the first one that I ever started watching as far as like, you know, when he did his, you know, before Iron Man series or whatever, and it's like, okay, I would never do that, but that's really cool, and it was, you know, super entertaining to watch, but, yeah, it's just, and then here I am making my own Iron account finally, because it's like I'm behind on it, but it still sounds really fun to try, so. Very down to earth. Yeah, I imagine everyone says he's like the coolest person. You know, it's like he's not just putting on a show or anything on stream. Like that's just how he is. That's cool. Yeah, the One Man Army. I probably watched that like 3 or 4 times back and forth. But he even like pre-EOC, I think he was the first YouTuber I ever watched. Like his PKing videos and stuff, because I was you know really into PKing back then. But yeah, he was one of the first ones that you just would YouTube, like, oh, like Zerker PKing, and you'd see him, Deep Wildy, or yeah, and a friend. He did a lot too. But you know, it was like more of a dream. It was like, I wished I could PK like that, because I had played free-to-play so long. I still, even when old school came out, I would go to the free-to-play worlds, and there was a lot of active people in free-to-play PKing, so I had like a Rune Peer account that I did pretty well on, KD-wise and that. That was my go-to, waste some time, go hang out in the wilderness and like level 7 wildy and kill people. And that's one of the coolest parts about RuneScape is it's a very good game to kind of play on the side while you're doing something else, or like I'm playing on my main account right now, just chopping magics. Or you know, watching YouTube series or whatever to kind of feel like you get an understanding for all the things that are possible in the game. The EP system, what is that? I don't remember the EP system. Or is that like when they changed the loot, when they tried to get rid of like real world trading and stuff? Yeah, I kind of remember that. You had like, if you had like more than 100k or something in free to play, there was a chance you'd get like more, or the new Berserker Shield or whatever they invented. And I pretty much quit right about even when that stuff was happening. I was like, it's, you know, it's not fun anymore, it's not worth it. And yeah, that was a dark time in RuneScape history. Yeah, that's what it was. So then it's like there's not really a reason to actually PK, and then it was just everyone trying to money make by like, oh, I'll kill you with 100k and you kill me with 100k, and just, yeah, just AFK in the wilderness, yeah, of all the systems they've invented. But then again, they also kind of, you know, they ran RuneScape into RuneScape 3 and entirely changed in what the game was, and you know, it's like obviously the players didn't really enjoy that, so they've made quite a few questionable decisions throughout the life. But at least here we are, you know, they're still listening to people voting and allowing a lot of changes to happen that people want instead of just the random ones, so compared to, it's like even with all the mistakes they've made, it's still probably one of the best games as far as, you know, listening and caring to the player base. Even if it's just because they know it'll make more money, it's like, at least they don't, you know, just force in the microtransactions or whatever and make it like every other game. And you get my agility up too. I saw there's a Fossil Island new shortcut to go do seaweed runs with 74. I'm like so close to 74. Yeah, Blizzard letting people vote, they'd still have good games going on. That's kind of a lot of how we fell out of, you know, playing WoW and HOTS even and everything. It's just like Blizzard made so many bad choices in a row that it's it was kind of hard to sit there and watch and keep playing and supporting them. And it's like, no, just stop. Any wildy content? Yes, I've done like 4 hard clue steps in the wilderness so far. No, I don't know. I'm just trying out streaming. I think it's kind of a, you know, put my foot in the door, see what it feels like, and how I can kind of play and concentrate on it while I interact with people. Yeah, multitasking is difficult sometimes for me. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I have a, if you type it out, my Zerker account is at legendary, dairy spelled like cow, and I haven't done too much PKing in members, because I really did like free to play, and then it kind of got empty and stopped doing it. But yeah, I know everyone will kind of chase you, but I know it's definitely a lot more interesting, or brings people to watch you, even if they're just coming to try and kill you. But yeah, I might do some PKing sometime. It'd be fun. I feel like I've kind of given up on a lot of my other accounts. I'm kind of an altaholic. I have a lot of different alts. But I've just been having so much fun on the Iron and getting, you know, it's like I'm really in the progression stage still, where it's easy to ding up a level and hit that, and it's, you know, it's not that much of a grind yet. So I've just been having so much fun in it. This is like my active account that I'm paying attention to. And I've ignored a lot of my other ones, so. Oh, that kind of stuff. Yeah, that would be fun. Not necessarily PKing, but doing like wilderness content, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not, it's like I don't think I'm quite to the needing to do wilderness bosses yet, but like doing wilderness agility would be very useful. As far as I understand, I mean, like it drops alcohols that are, you know, like making millions. I haven't actually done it though, because I didn't really need to, you know, on my main account, it's like I don't really need money, so. But on the Iron, it would be really nice. Yeah, and a D-pick. Yeah, what's the best way to get a D-pick? Is that like KBD, or is it easier to get it from one of the little guys, the solo versions of bosses? I haven't really done much at all. I think the most I've ever done is like some Callisto masses and stuff on my main, because the clan would host events, and I'm like, well, I'd love to have a bear pet, so, you know, I'll go out for that anytime. Are black boots used in any clues? Do I need a whole lot of those? No treasure trails there, garbage, okay. Slovenian boss released on the same loot as from multi-versions. Oh. So, like, so you're on a group Iron, can you do it with other random people, like other mains? Or would you have to do it with your group to do the multi-versions? I don't know how the rules work on that. Like, you're still eligible to do the multi-version and get full loot percentage based on what you do. Oh, very nice. Yeah, that does make it sound more appealing, so then I could run it with, you know, some friends or some clannies or whatever. Can't do Corp and God Wars. Okay. So those are the only ones that you're kind of locked from. Yeah, I always assumed, I guess, the most strict set of rules when Iron Man came out of, like, you know, if anybody else had touched any multi-bosses, you wouldn't be eligible for the loot, like Nex or something. But I imagine they probably are a lot less stingy with the rules on that, and you're able to kind of do whatever. 60 liquids or 100 wines. Yeah, that feels nice. 450 more Myers, so it's like, yeah, all the secondaries that are super hard to farm are probably easier to get in the wilderness. And I imagine that's why even on like Mainscape, that's why the prices are so low on all those items, is because of the wilderness bosses feeding them into the economy. Hey, we got an herb. Wow. I need to get better at doing farming runs. I have a lot of seeds sitting around, but my farming's high enough. I'm just like, I don't need to do it right now. There are a lot of bots. Yeah, I'd imagine there's bots in anything that's profitable, it seems. That's always been the most annoying part of me. Part of RuneScape to me is just like, when you first start playing and you're having that free-to-play experience and it's your first intro to the game. Back in the day, it was awesome, but nowadays it's like you can't even get an iron ore mining spot without having like 6 bots try and push you out. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I know they're trying and they ban them once in a while or whatever and go through waves so they can detect more, but just like seeing them all there that you could easily just like have a mod come through and do and kill them all, it's like, it just feels bad knowing that it's going on, but it makes them enough money, it's not quite worth dealing with in the correct manner. But then, like you always see on Reddit, the argument is that, well, the bots really only exist because people are willing to pay for gold, so if people weren't evil, it wouldn't exist. So I'm like, okay, fair point. If our player base wasn't as greedy and real-world tradey, then we wouldn't have bots anyway to compete with. It's been cool seeing a lot of the, like the WoW people come over and stuff, since they're kind of in the middle of a no expansion boredom or whatever was going on. Having that much player base on at one point was kind of neat. Decent amount of these to kill for this task. I might even get like a range level off of it. Yeah, it really seems like secondaries are going to be a pretty hard way to go for the herb lore. Like I followed a lot of guides and stuck all my early lamps and stuff in herb lore, and any of the Legends Guild one, any of the optional ones, I did herb lore to get up to 70. And now I kind of regret that. I wish I did prayer first, because that's the main thing I'm missing for there's like 3 diaries or something, right, that you need 70 prayers for. It'd be nice to have those out of the way. Pause the wildy boss grind trying to get a wildy weapon, so like you're doing revs trying to get like a crossbow or something, probably. But I guess any of them would do, right? Yeah, actually, I never did it on my main. I just kind of did every task because I didn't really know any better. But I had seen a couple of guides on how that worked, so yeah, I mean, I think I just now stopped doing it. I had boosted up to my 160 even, but yeah, I had like 1500 points or something, so I bought the Slayer Helm, the Superiors upgrade, and then the Fletching upgrade, and the Slayer Rings. So yeah, I did Tyrael skipping at least every 10, and then did Konar task at the 100th to make sure, so this is really I'm a really low Slayer because this is my first real Slayer grinding. I've only really done Tyrael skipping up until now. Yeah, I watched, what was it? I think he just popped up on my YouTube randomly, but I watched No Monkey did a quick rundown or video on all the changes they were doing to it, and I was like, wow, that's going to be quite nice. Even on the main, I'll be getting a lot of stuff coming back for that, so. And even the Slayer Helmery colors, I think they were gonna make cheaper or something as well. Yeah, and then they each will have their own separate block task. That'll be kind of a crazy new idea of like Turiel skipping with its own block task and stuff would be pretty efficient. You wouldn't have to do as many like slower ones, like go into the desert to kill lizards and dogs and whatever. Yeah, that will be a very nice quality of life. And having Konar have her own task if you're trying to like I recently I have a Slayer out, but I got up to 95 Slayer, and I think it took me like 400 or 500k XP without skipping, but just doing Konar tasks until I got my first Hydra task, and it was just like, yeah, if you had a block task set up just for her where you could get the highest percentage chance on that, it would be really nice. Inventory's full of logs in the main, we'll bake those. Yeah, I think I made like 15 or 16 million in like the 3 or 4 days after what's the name, the new not Yama, but the newest boss that just came out, the Makayadal or whatever it is. But I just sat my main there and AFK woodcut it on the tree stumps for like hours on end and got a bunch of the demon stuff. Yeah, the Delve boss. So I just like the first couple of days I just finished that quest real fast and went and sat there in AFK woodcut just to make a few mil. Because it's like it's not very much money now, but it's like really AFK. Are you a smoker? Are you still here? Nope, I am not a smoker. I've done cigars in the past, but it is not the life for me. Been there, done that. Yeah, I kind of went through the whole college experience and phase and everything and tried a little bit here and there, and I was just like, yeah, no, it's enough money and upkeep and stuff that it is not the life for me. But I had a friend who was a pretty heavy yeah, weed smoker back when it was still legal in college. And yeah, it's like he got caught once off campus even, and they like told the college and got like a bunch of reprimand stuff against him and whatever. And I was just like, yeah, that's so much of a hassle to go through just for him to, you know, enjoy life a little more or whatever, you know. He didn't really have a good excuse for it, so I was just like, yeah, it's I put him behind quite a bit, and that was, at that point I was young enough, I was like, okay, I'm just not gonna spend that much money a month on it and have to deal with the potential consequences. It's like, obviously it's a lot easier now that it is legal, but yeah, how does that work for you then? Because if you're not able to like get a job or anything yet, you probably can't get like a green card. Do you have to just have someone else, like your wife or something, get it for you type thing then? Oh, they just want ID. Oh, okay. That's all they have to check. I remember that a couple of years ago I was working on a farm with a guy who would, weed was his savior for quitting, you know, the harder stuff. He was like on meth and stuff for a long time, and got off it and changed his life around, you know, found a girlfriend, did things the right way. But yeah, that was his big thing, is that he couldn't, you know, he had a dealer, he was still getting it from cheaper even after they legalized it, but then he still had to get a green card or something, and he didn't know any doctors that would sign off on it. Like, he tried a bunch of them, so he was like, nope, I'm just going the illegal route still because it's cheaper than going through all the other stuff. I don't know, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 21 because I know they just raised the cigarette smoking age to 21 a couple years ago. Yeah, okay. But we're not one, we're just an ID check then. Yeah, it's good to know how that works. I don't really, yeah, like I'm not currently friends with anyone who's into that side of things, so I didn't know how much they've changed recently. Yeah, I think they tried to pass legislation to make it legal to have the weed shops in Great Falls, and it might have failed by a few votes or something, so I think it's, yeah, I think anything that's just out in the county is technically fine and legal to run. Or it might just be that if they're in the city, they might have to pay more taxes on it to the city itself, and so they decided not to do that. But yeah, I remember seeing them pop up all around the city, kind of going up like north and stuff down. There was one that came out right when that first legalized. Up on the skyline, yeah. Is there anything even worth grinding, crafting up for past getting my glory until I get like Zenites or a Fury amulet or something? Because I think a Fury is like 90, right? So that's a decent ways off still. I'm just wondering if I should really just be kind of saving up giant seaweed and slowly working on it, or if there's anything else to push for. I feel like until I get a Zenite, there's not really a reason to rush crafting. Unless I want to buy Chaos Runes and just buy a Fury, I could do that too. That's what it seemed like, because I mean, I already have like, I got a D'hide and I got Black Chaps from the Clue as well, so it's like, I don't think there's really a reason to get it higher than that until a really high jewelry. It's crazy to me that they haven't tried to rework some of that stuff too, like having Fury that high compared to like Zenite and stuff, or even, you know, like the smithing issues with having, you know, Ruin be up in the 80s and 90s till you can even touch that when it's level 40 gear. It's just like, I feel like they need to rework that a bit and throw some of the, you know, just rebalance stuff and be like, okay, all this newer content, like doing anything with Dragon or the Zombie Axe and hopefully like have all that be the high stuff, but like rune items shouldn't be past like 60 to 80 smithing requirement. It's just crazy that the system hasn't changed at all in all these years. Yeah, Glory being so much easier too, because I had the issue where I kind of rushed up to 83 Hunter thinking, you know, I'm going to do Dragon Implings. I spent 4 hours in Puro and I got like 1 Dragon Impling and it didn't give me glories, and I was like, you know, there were so many bots there and stuff. I was hopping constantly and trying to find open worlds, but they're set up on like timers now when stuff spawns, so they'd always be there ahead of me. And I even like, I did the quest or whatever to be able to use the Arceus like mark spell to pull him towards you. So it's like that was the only one I'd seen in that entire 4 hours. Is I got 1 Dragon Impling, and I was just like, okay, my time's better spent if I just go and get crafting up high enough. I think I was 63 crafting at the time. I was like, I'm just gonna rush that up instead of getting Hunter up, because the chances of me getting glories from Dragon Implings is pretty impossible. I gave up on that pretty quickly, and I even I even, like when I had like 75 or 77 or something, I did some hopping and I saw 2 or 3 dragons while I was there getting magpies and ninjas. And I was like, oh, you know, this will be easy once I get there. I'm seeing them all the time, whatever. And then, yeah, and then I got to 83 and then all the bots were there and I was like, oh my goodness, no way. Honestly, yeah, just having the free prayer XP and the random, you know, hunter food and stuff come in was kind of my main motivation for doing the contracts on that. Because like on my, I mean, I'm already higher than my main. My main is like 77 hunter. It's like my lowest skill, just because I'm not a hunter person. But the Vidarmie rumors made it very possible feeling. But yeah, before I was even 83, I spent probably like 5 or 6 hours hunting magpies because I had a hard clue that I needed a rune warhammer from. I thought that was the best way to get it, so it took me like 38 or 39 magpies to get it, and it's a 1 in 20 drop. Oh. Yep, Slayer for Hunter. It's exactly that. And since I hadn't already done any Slayer grinding, I was okay with it. It didn't feel like anything that I was gonna, you know, regret spending time on. Honestly, the nicest part about it is getting the Quetzal Whistle upgrades. Like I can hold 20 charges now, and I'm working on getting more than that because I have the perfected one. So all I need is the 90 woodcutting, which I'd have it already if I had a Dragon Axe, but I haven't even done any Dagonoth Rex AFKing, so that's kind of my current goal is somewhere in there. I need to get the Dragon Axe because I've done way too much woodcutting with the Ruin Axe. And then I'm kind of like 70 prayer, medium combat tasks, and then barrows until I get the tank stuff for Moons of Peril. It's kind of my current pathway right now. Slayer up to 70 prayer. Yeah, the whistle's really useful, even just for farm runs. I'd say it's worth it. Yeah, I need to do Dagonoth Kings for the Dragon Axe sometime. And that, I would also like to have maybe Barrow's tank armor, just because I went there with Ruin and I only got like 18 kills before I had to leave because it was chewing through the food pretty fast. So I'd like to have some tank armor before I go and do that. Yeah, I wasn't lucky either there. I mean, I got the tome, so I can't complain. But at Wintertot, I think I've done up to 90 on my main. I had a Rune Pier that I did 99 on. I got 90 on this. I haven't seen a Dragon Axe yet. I haven't got a pet yet. I've done so many pulls on so many different accounts. I was just like, yeah, it's not real. I don't know how people get them. Soon, yes, soon. But I also got lucky and got a fishing pet. Yeah, I got a heron at, I think it's 64, and I was getting I got it from the fishing trawler. And I got it before full anglers, like I was just going for anglers, and I had 1 piece left when I got the pet, and I was like, no way, that's crazy. Yeah, me too, I was kind of sad. I just AFK'd fishing up to 91 for the boosting for the Mauritania Elite Diary on my main, and got like 4 million XP in the last couple weeks doing it, and no pet, so I was kind of hoping I'd get it on there too. Hello, Sarah on kick, not doing too bad today. Oh, just barbarian fishing. That was a nice part, is I got like 2 agility levels at the same time. I already have 99 strength, so that didn't matter, but I got like 77 to 79 agility just from barbarian fishing. It kind of sucks to have to drop all the stuff, but it's probably the most AFK fishing I can do without just doing Karambans or something. Stream's going not too bad today, thanks for asking. I'll probably stop pretty soon here and play some games with the wife and stuff, the usual routine before our baby wakes up, so. Get a couple hours in here. I got the lawn mowed today. It's a nice productive day. What pets do you have so far? I think I have a Tango Root I got at like 67 farming. I'm 86 now, but I got it like really early. Up to 2 Betty and pets. Nice. And a mining pet. And then my only other pet on the main is one of the Dagonoths. I think it was maybe Prime, but I can't remember. You have a lot more on the main. Oh yeah, I didn't look up your main. It was at 28. Let's see, you're probably been playing long enough. Oh yeah, you're past maxed. Or no, not quite, not quite. You just have over-leveled and a lot of stuff, a lot of combat. 2247. Oh yeah, you have the same problem on your main then, where you're stuck with the Hunter down at 87 because it's such a slog. And then I have a Slayer all too, but I was just making money on the side from when I cared enough about that. And I got a Kraken pet. Maybe like 700 or 800, so not too bad there. I'll get it one day, yeah, exactly. I feel like to max, you know, it's like even though you seem like you're really close, there's still like, you know, agility and Slayer that take forever. So it's definitely one of those where you're going to have to be in the mood for it and not playing as much on the Iron to want to get there. Do I like artwork? I have a feeling you're looking to sell me some artwork for my channel because it's so naked around here, and that's okay. I have a friend who's going to do some graphic designing for me, so not interested if that's what you're looking for. But in general, yes, I enjoy the joy that art can bring to life. Got a decent amount of it around the house. Yeah, my main is a lot less close to maxing than yours. I think I am 1997 total right now. And I have, I think range was my first, and then hit points, and then strength, and I'm still only 94 magic because I haven't bothered doing any bursting tasks or anything, so. I'm pretty behind on a lot of stuff. But my main problem is that I keep not playing my main for years and years on end. Because I have a Zerker account that's maxed except for 97 HP, and then my peer account is like, I have a 50 attack peer that's somewhere around the 90 to 95s in all the combats. And that Slayer account I made, I got 99 magic and ranged and HP on that, and attack. I did kind of a weird low combat build for if I ever PK on it as like a range tank. But yeah, I have a hard time sticking with any one account for a long time. I like these kind of middle to early game grinds where you feel the levels going up a lot. Been doing graphic design 4 or 5 years in commission. Would you like to see my cool artwork? Sorry, no thank you. I'm not looking to click on any links or look at anything like that today. Alright, well, yeah, I've been going for more than 2 hours now. I'm gonna get off and do some more real life stuff and enjoy some of that, so it was yeah, good to meet you. Maybe I will meet you someday in real life, but I've got you added, we can chat or whatever. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. That was pretty fun. It's kind of a crazy coincidence. You made my day there. I can't believe that's even a possibility at all, to meet someone from London living in my city. That's crazy. But yeah, I will see you next time. See everyone else next time. Have a good rest of the day.